How many times have you been told, I've introduced you to someone who really needs your help, but then you've never heard back from them? It would be easy to assume that this person didn't need your help and that's why they didn't call. But actually, the reason is a lot more complex. People with problems are busy, and along with trying to figure out how to solve their problem, they are also having to deal with the consequences of the problem in its first place. They are continually in firefighting mode, trying to keep their head above water, and anything that comes to them needs to be clear, simple and easy, and not add any more stress to their current burdens. So if your prospect says, I could hire that expert to help me, but it'll end up just taking me more time than it's worth, they will just go back to solving the problem themselves and ignore you. This is why we want to make your profile really work for you. By outlining the packages that you deliver, you'll be letting the prospect know quickly and simply whether you are someone who could actually help them. And there's a little trick to it that you need to know about. Other than just laying out the benefits of why someone should work with you, which doesn't really work, you need to be thinking about what this busy person's objections to working with you would actually be. Because when you work out what the objections would be, you can then start to tell them how to fix it. Let me give you an example. Prospect says, I think working with an expert would take more time. By the time I've liaised with them, they've liaised with my accountant and they've done this and that, I might as well have just done it myself. For example, in the situation of debt collecting, many people might perceive that even though they're waiting for payment and their cash flow is in big trouble, it's actually easier for them to keep liaising with the company and keep calling the purchasing department and asking them to pay the bill than it is to actually have another conversation with someone brand new that they would bring onto the team that could actually bring in the cash for them quicker because they know the terms and conditions and they know how the system works and how to make people pay. In this scenario, you want to write something like this. Send us the contract and the invoice and we'll get started collecting the money in accordance with your terms and conditions. Using our online portal, you can track all communications going out and if you require, approve them before being sent. Our aim is to make this as simple as possible for you so you can focus on what you do best. When your LinkedIn profile answers people's natural objections to working with you, they start to move closer towards you. They start to say, actually, I could see this being a worthwhile exercise. It's not going to take up too much time. It's actually going to save me time in the long run if I just take 10 minutes now or an hour to have this really important conversation, and a big problem will be solved once and for all. To do this, we want to use your current experience. The last thing we want to do is actually repeat content from the summary, because if someone's read through the summary, given it a quick scan read and got the gist of it, they're interested, they will go on to read your current experience. But if the current experience looks kind of similar or says interesting but the same sort of thing, they will just scan through it and maybe not pick up on the key differences and things that you really want to be communicating. So we want to make sure that it looks different, and with that it says something really different. Most people just put in there perhaps their job function, which feels a bit strange when you're an expert entrepreneur. So they often repeat what they've said already in just a slightly different way. What you want to do though is to map out how you work with people and talk about the packages that you offer. In those explanations of how you work with people, that's where you want to be dealing with people's objections and telling them what it looks like to work with you. So they can get a feel for it and go, yeah, I could see that working. Your LinkedIn profile is the perfect bridge between you and your prospect. The prospect who doesn't yet know that they want to work with you. It's the natural place they're going to go and look you up, and also the natural place where they're going to be asking, why did this person refer me? What's the benefit of speaking to this person? Is this a good use of my time? Make sure your LinkedIn profile is up to date and saying all the right things so that prospect goes, yeah, I can see why I was referred, I need to do this. I'll do exactly what they said, I'll send them an invitation message to connect. I'm Naomi Johnson of The Profile Company, and I hope you found this video tutorial useful. If you have, make sure to click through to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Follow our LinkedIn company page for more content like this.